Hello everyone there. I am Garima Miss. Welcome back to my English lecture. Today we are going to study three things. But before starting, let me remind you what we had studied in the last lecture. We had seen 2.3, the Inchcape Rock, introduction of the poem. Then we had seen about the poet and the poem. Next we had seen summary of the poem, and later on last we had seen line by line explanation of the poem. However, that is not yet complete. So today what we are going to do, we are going to complete first line by line explanation of the poem, that is from stanza 5 to 17. We had done up to 4th stanza, so in continuation we are going to complete 5 to 17 stanzas of this poem. Secondly, we are going to see rhyming words and rhyming scheme of the poem. And lastly, we are going to do archaic words. Archaic means old words. In this poem, so many old words are used. So we will focus on that because in appreciation, it is used. So let's start. Line by line explanation of the poem. Students must remember, before starting I must tell you one most important thing, that this is not the stanza, this is the quatrain. Quatrain, if you would see, quatrain is especially this poem is a ballad. We all know, पता है ये सबको कि ये ballad है. 17 stanzas में लिखा हुआ है, but हम इसको stanzas नहीं बोलेंगे. We will call it as what? We will call it as quatrain. What do you mean by the term quatrain? It is given in this slide. Quatrain, if you would see, is a stanza of 4 lines. Okay, especially one having alternate rhymes. After completing this poem, when we will do rhyming words and rhyming scheme, तब समझेगा कि quatrain क्या होता है. ये सारे terms आप अपने appreciation में use करने वाले हो. So instead of using the term stanza, I will use the term quatrain. Okay, so let's see where we are. We were at the 5th quatrain. The sun in heaven was shining gay. All things were joyful on that day. The seabirds screamed as they wheeled around, and there was joyance in their sound. So here you can see the sun is in heaven was shining gay. It means sun was looking very cheerful, very happy, very joyful. Here rightly you can see there is a personification. Okay, gay means happiness. Okay, happiness is present. Whose happiness is present? Sun happiness. Sun kabhi happy hota hai kya? No, but atmosphere looks like it was a very light, cheerful atmosphere. सब वहाँ पे हैं जो देख रहे हैं कि sunrise were happening, and it was a very beautiful scenario. All things, second line, all things were joyful on that day. Okay, that day it was a very good day. Birds were enjoying. You can see in the next line, the sea birds is in a happy mood. Okay, and they were also joyous and screaming to express, okay, their happiness while flying in the sky, making some circles around. Can you please write the meaning of wheeled around? Quickly turn or changing in direction. Okay, quickly turn or changing their direction. So here the seabirds were, they turn, they take one move, and then again they go to the sea. That was so beautiful to see the near the Inchcape Rock, this scenario. Okay, and there was a joyance. Joyance means feeling very happy. Okay, and screamed means shouting at a high pitch. So who is shouting at a high pitch? Seabirds, cheerful birds. Seabirds were happy, they were screaming, they were enjoying in this beautiful nature near Inchcape Rock. Normally कहते भी है कि before the disaster, okay, कुछ खराब होने से पहले all things look proper, all things look normal. On that particular day, bright day especially, everything looked joyful. All were enjoying this. Even the ocean is not having a tide. Ocean में tide इतना जोर का नहीं आया. That the ships were moving in a very proper way. All these things was evident over here, and the sea birds were whirling over the sea, and the ship screaming a joy. It means it was not only the birds were moving from one place to another, from one direction to the another, but also you can see ship was also moving very properly in the sea without any hurdles. Move to the next 6th quadrant. The boy of the Inchcape Bell was seen a darker speck on the ocean green. Sir Ralph the rower walked his deck and he fixed his eye on the darker speck. So now you can see, now thoda turning of the story is coming over here, or we can say climax of the story is coming over here. Buoy. What do you mean by the term buoy? You can see the page number 104. It means floating object anchored in the sea or to mark dangerous place. Okay, I had taught earlier also, buoy is a floating object which can float properly in the sea or the water. जहाँ पे पानी रहता है, ये एक ऐसा इंस्ट्रूमेंट है जो बराबर से आप देखोगे फ्लोट होता रहेगा. There is no problem. You can see in the picture. Okay. From far it has been properly seen. Yes, there is one Inchcape rock is there. तो ये buoy वहाँ पे लगाया था. The buoy is the object that floats on the surface of the sea to mark the safe and dangerous places. As we know that the Inchcape bell was tied to the buoy. हमको पता है कि फर्स्ट लाइन में यही बोला है दैट इंचकेप रॉक इज बीन टायर्ड विद दिस बॉय. सो इट वॉज विजिबल डार्क स्पेक, दैट मीन्स दिस इज टाइनी डॉट, दूर से टाइनी डॉट दिख रहा है इन द ग्रीन ओशन ऑफ दिस स्कॉटिश एंगस कोस्ट. दूर से दिख रहा है दैट देयर इज वन सैंड स्टोन रीफ दूर से दिखाई पड़ रहा है. ओके, एंड हु इज सीइंग द विलन ऑफ द poem, and that is Sir Ralph the rower walked in his deck. Rower means he was a traveler of the sea, and Sir Ralph the rower was a sea pirate. It means sea robber. He came on the deck of the ship and was seeing the ship from far, that there is something dot is been seen in that green ocean. big green ocean है और उसमें उसको क्या दिखाई पड़ रहा है, एक डॉट दिखाई पड़ रहा है. दैट वॉज none other than that Inchcape rock. Okay, and he fixed his eye on the darker speck, underline the word speck, it's a tiny dot. Okay, so from far what he was seeing, उसकी आँख कहाँ पे fixed, FIXED. Okay, in this poem if you would see so many old words are used. तो जहाँ पे भी apostrophe D करके दिया है मतलब कि वो old words है. So walked, देखो यहाँ पे दो वर्ड्स यूज हुआ है, वॉक्ड एंड फिक्स्ड. ओके, सो ही केम ऑन द डेक एंड ही वाज सीइंग, ही फिक्स्ड हिज आई ऑन अ डार्क स्पेक. वो सिर्फ किसको देख रहा है, व्हाट द राल्फ द रोवर वाज सीइंग, राल्फ द रोवर वाज ओनली सीइंग टू दैट इंचकेप रॉक. दैट हियर इट हैज बीन सेड, राल्फ द रोवर ऑन दैट फाइन डे he came, okay, and anchored floating sign to show the reef. Okay, he was seeing where there is a Inchcape rock. On Inchcape rock was क्लियरली विजिबल, जहाँ पे वो डेक पे आके खड़ा हुआ तो उसको डायरेक्टली दिख रहा था दैट हियर इट इज इंचकेप रॉक. एज इट वॉज ब्लैकिश स्पॉट, okay, from far it has been seen in the green ocean. Sir Ralph the rower went on to the deck of the vessel and gazed at dark spot of the buoy. So finally Sir Ralph the rower came on the deck of the vessel. Okay, that means he came on the ship and he was seeing, gazed means he was looking at that black spot, what is that, and he came to know that it is none other than Inchcape rock. So let's see the seventh quatrain. He felt the cheering power of spring. It made him whistle, it made him sing. His heart was mirthful to excess, but the rover's mirth was wickedness. He felt, he means who? Ralph. Ralph the rower. Rower means what? The person who loves to travel, especially the sea traveler, one place to another. Okay, so he means Ralph felt the cheering power of spring. Spring means, underline the word, it means jumping, moving. So as the Ralph came on the deck of the ship, जैसे वो शिप के डेक पर आके खड़ा हो जाता है, उसको बहुत अच्छा लगा. Seeing the atmosphere, natural beauty, seeing the environment, he even started jumping, seeing the beautiful atmosphere. You know, even it made him whistle. He started shouting also, whistling also. It made him singing also. थोड़ा गाना भी गाने लगता है. His heart was mirthful. Mirthful means expressing laughter. Okay, mirthful means expressing laughter. वो हंस के जोर से he was shouting and laughing, showing his happiness to see this wonderful atmosphere. Okay, his heart was mirthful to excess. Excess means एक normal amount से कहीं ज़्यादा, an amount of something more. Okay, so he was more happy, more enjoyable, more cheerful, and but his happiness was not pure. इट गॉट जनरेटेड फ्रॉम हिज विकेडनेस, वो थोड़ा विकेड थॉट का था, जो हैप्पीनेस था वो थोड़ा उसका विकेडनेस था. इट मेड हिम समथिंग डेविलिश इन हिज हैप्पीनेस. सो इट इज़ गिवन हियर द राल्फ वॉज वेरी हैप्पी, वेरी डिलाइटेड विद द गुड स्प्रिंग एटमॉस्फियर. ही वॉज whistling, singing, a great joy. He was actually overjoyed, मतलब कुछ लेवल से ज़्यादा ही वो हैप्पीनेस था. His happiness was not but pure. No one knew that what a great sinful thought is coming in his mind. ये हैप्पीनेस के पीछे, behind this happiness, what the great sin that he is about to do, that we are going to see in the next quatrain. Quatrain 8. His eye was on the Inchcape float. Quoth he, my men, put out the boat and row me to the Inchcape rock, and I will plague the abbot of Aberbrothock. What he said. His eye is definitely fixed on the Inchcape rock. उसकी eyes किस पे fixed थी student? It is on the Inchcape rock. Okay, he was fixedly एक ही चीज़ पे देख रहा था, और वो क्या देख रहा था? The Inchcape, especially that floating bell. This Inchcape rock पे देख रहा था, especially that boy and that bell which was floating. Quoth means it's a old English. I had told that the poem is filled with the old English words. Okay, उसको कहते हैं archaic. आगे हम लेने वाले हैं आज लेक्चर में. Archaic words quoth. Quoth means said. He said to the men that put out the boat. क्या बोलता है? Come on, take out the boats and row me. Come on, take me to the Inchcape rock. Okay, he commanded to their men. राल्फ द रोवर ने कमांड किया कि चलो वो स्मॉल बोट लेके टूवर्ड्स द इंचकेप रॉक. आई विल प्लेग, मीनिंग इज गिवन, दैट इज कॉज और पेन और ट्रबल. ही इज गोइंग टू प्लेग. प्लेग मीन्स डिस्ट्रॉय द गुड वर्क डन बाय अबॉट ऑफ एबरब्रॉथ. ट्रबल, मैं किसको ट्रबल पहुंचाएगा? आई विल गिव द ट्रबल टू द ग्रेट, द अबॉट ऑफ एबरब्रॉथ. So that here it has been written in this slide. The eighth quatrain, if you would see, tells the rower himself, he speaks and reveals his desire. वो खुद से खुद बोल रहा है that whatever devilish things that he wants to do. His eye was fixed on the floating boy, especially that Inchcape rock, that bellies was ringing, that he wants to cut. Sir Ralph the rower ordered his crewmen that come on, take out the boat from that Inchcape rock, and then he says that he is going to plague. Plague means destroy the good work done by abbot of Aberbrothock. Okay, next quatrain, quatrain number 9. The boat is lowered, the boatmen row, and to the Inchcape rock they go. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat and he cut the bell from the Inchcape float. So finally you can see this wicked person had done his devilish work, this sinful work he had done. There was a great man, and that is Abbot of Aberbrothock. He had done a great job for helping the commoner's life, helping the sailor's life, and see this devilish person. The rowers' men took the boat to the Inchcape rock, and Sir Ralph bent towards the boat and went towards the Inchcape rock and cut the bell from that rock. Quatrain number 9 is very properly specifying that जैसे ही वो बोटमैन लोअर्ड करते हैं बोट को एंड टेकन द बोट टूवर्ड्स द इंचकेप रॉक, सर राल्फ बेंट होता है और वो जल्दी से हाथ में वो रोप को पकड़ता है. हेल्ड दैट रोप एंड cut the bell rope from that boy which was tied over there, and after that he moved from there. 10th quatrain. Down sunk the bell with a gurgling sound. The bubbles rose and burst around. Quoth Sir Ralph, the next who comes to the rock won't bless the abbot of Aberbrothock. So here you can see down shrunk the bell with gurgling sound. As it was cut, जैसे ही वो bell rope cut करता है, the bell submerged went into the sea with a gurgling sound. Gurgling, what do you mean by the term gurgling? Write down the meaning. It is a sound created by the water when it passes through a very narrow passage. As the bell is going inside the sea, there is a gurgling sound, and gurgling sound जैसी होता है आप देखोगे बबल्स भी ऊपर आते हैं. you can see bubbles started coming over at the top and burst around. Bubbles started coming and they started bursting. Quoth means said the Ralph, what the Ralph told to the men, the next who comes to the rock, जो भी अब next time whosoever is coming, whosoever seller is passing from this Inchcape rock won't bless the abode of Aberbrothock. In night or if the weather is very worst, we can't see this Inchcape rock. So the good abbot of Aberbrothock, he had tied one boy, and with that he tied one bell, so that whosoever is coming at the night or in the bad weather can hear the problem and can move their direction and can save the life. But this is not liked by the Ralph the rover. Ralph had cut the bell so that the person who is coming, the next whosoever is coming or passing from this Inchcape rock will not bless the abbot of Aberbrothock. जैसे लोग पास होते थे जिनका लाइफ सेव हो जाता था, they all blessed to abbot of Aberbrothock. But this man, that is Ralph the rover, thought that अब तो कोई भी नहीं bless करेगा abbot of Aberbrothock. Okay, past participle sang sung. Okay, so in the 10th stanza you can see the how the bell has been sinking down and making the bubble sound has been present. Bubbles rose and burst around. Sir Ralph was very happy, thinking that the bell would save no more ships. अब तो bell किसी का भी लाइफ नहीं सेव कर सकता, बिकॉज बेल इज नॉट देयर एंड वुड नो लॉन्गर ब्लेस टू abbot of Aberbrothock. So here it shows the Ralph had done his wicked job by cutting the bell rope. The person who followed next, and even he says कि next time whosoever is coming from this route, that person is not going to bless to the great abbot of Aberbrothock, and in this way all the sellers, those who are passing from here, would not be saved. Okay, and this bell is no more, so definitely their ships are going to collide, it is going to crash, and with this Inchcape rock, and their death is definite. Now next quatrain on page number 106, you can see that is the 11th quatrain. Sir Ralph the rover sailed away. He scoured the seas for many a day, and now, grown rich with plundered store, he steers his course for Scotland's shore. You can see the meaning in this slide, it is properly given. Sir Ralph the rover had sailed, it means he went to travel in that sea, and he went away from that passes from that rock. Thereafter he had robbed. We all know Sir Ralph the rover was a sea robber or looted. He robbed and looted many ships which met accidents. Even he comes to know the crashing news of the Inchcape rock. Okay, he is now very rich man, and whatever he had got, it was all looted treasures. जो भी उसको मिला है अर्निंग करके रिच हुआ है वो सिर्फ लूट, इट मीन्स चोरी thief करके he got all the treasures, and today he is going to the Scotland seashore with his ship, and today he is returning back to the Scotland seashore. So in the line, so here some hard words are there. First line, Sir Ralph the rover sailed away. Sir Ralph the rover sailed away, it means after cutting the rope, Sir Ralph sailed away from that place. Okay, of course he was a sea pirate. Okay, so he went searching for the ships who are coming for the जो अर्निंग करके आते थे, वो वहीं पे वो स्टॉप करके उधर से he tries to loot from them. In this way he became very rich. He scoured, meaning is given, traveled freely, energetically, for ships to rob means चुराना, लोगों के सामान को चुराने के लिए वो बहुत स्ट्रांगली ही वेंट फ्रॉम दैट Inchcape rock आफ्टर कटिंग द बेल रोप. नाउ ग्रोन रिच, बहुत रिच हो गया है. प्लंडर्ड यू कैन सी बिग अमाउंट ऑफ लूटेड अमाउंट, उसके पास बहुत ज़्यादा, यू कैन सी द पिक्चर, बिग अमाउंट ऑफ लूटेड, उसके पास गोल्ड डायमंड्स हो गए थे. जो भी पीपल पास होता था उसको, ही वॉज अ सी पैरेट, तो वो समुद्री लुटेरा था, तो वो वहीं से ही यूज्ड टू रॉब, थीफ एंड ट्राई टू कीप इन हिज शिप whatever the valuable things he got, and in this way, while doing this, he became very rich. He steers meaning is given, directs the course of the ship, and in this term he had became very rich and finally he told to the members of the ship वालों को बोलता है कि चलो आज के दिन हमको रिटर्न जाना चाहिए, टुडे वी हैव टू गो रिटर्न बैक टू द स्कॉटलैंड सी शोर. 12th quatrain. So thick a haze overspreads the sky, they cannot see the sun on high, the wind hath blown a gale all day, at evening it hath died away. The poem is filled with archaic word. Archaic मतलब होता है पुराने वर्ड से भरा हुआ ये पूरा पोएम है. Because this poem is written in the 18th century, so you are going to meet with the old words. First line, वो देखो ओ एपोस्ट्रोफी ई आर है, मतलब कि ओवर, ओ वी ई आर, ओवर स्प्रेड्स. ओके, what do you mean by the term overspreads? Write down meaning. Overspreads, it's old English. It means it is surrounded with haze. Haze meaning is given thick mist, fog जैसे. In the daytime also there was a mist type ऐसा लग रहा था, like cloudy and nothing was quite visible. For those who are the sailors and especially the ship as it is moving, it was very difficult for them to analyze कि आगे क्या है. They can't see the sun on the high. Even the Ralph came on the deck. वो देख भी रहा है डेक पे आके, उसको सन दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट शिप को कौन से डायरेक्शन में मूव करना, इट वॉज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर द Ralph and their people. The wind hath is a old English word. It means have, HAVE. Okay, the wind, if you would see, have blown a gale, GALE. Gale means, write down the meaning. It's a very strong wind. बहुत जोर से हवा चल रही है, बहुत. It means high tide is there. बहुत जोर से हवा चल रही, it means it gives the understanding that it's a high tide time. Even in that day time maybe wind is blowing very badly, the sun is not visible, nothing is been seen. Okay, at evening it had died away. और जैसे जैसे टाइम बीतता गया, it is the evening time. It had means again have. तो उनका जो थॉट था कि they are going to see the sun, that had not happened. In the 12th stanza describes the gloomy, it means very dull atmosphere of that day. The rover is sailing on that Scotland sea shore की तरफ. जैसे जैसे as he was moving, he was facing so problems. The use of the supernatural elements is a strange climax. आप देखोगे normally when there is कुछ गलत होने वाला रहता है तो एटमॉस्फेयर, मूवीज़ में देखा होगा, एटमॉस्फेयर में देर इज़ अ थंडर स्टॉर्म, बिजली कड़कने लगती है ज़ोर ज़ोर से, एंड देन विंड स्टार्टेड ब्लोइंग वेरी बैडली एंड सेम थिंग्स वर हैपनिंग ओवर हियर. एंड द सन इज़ हिडन, इट इज़ नॉट shown because it was hidden behind the thick fog. Okay, strong winds were blowing and suddenly the evening appeared and there was everywhere darkness. And the sky was very hazy actually, मतलब full of dust, vapors, जैसे लग रहा था cloudy है. And it was so happened and the sun was invisible for the Ralph and his companions. The wind was blowing very badly, it was very fast also, and silently it became evening time. तो अब evening time आ गया. Next quarter number 13th. On the deck the rower takes his stand, on dark it is they see no land. Quoth the Sir Ralph, it will be lighter soon, for there is the dawn of the rising moon. So what here it has been sent on the deck. Who had came? Rover, that is Ralph, takes his stand. Ralph came on the deck and was standing over here and seeing the atmosphere. So dark it is, they see no land. दूर से उनको कुछ नहीं दिखाई दे रहा था. It was totally dark. Evening time था and they are hoping that the moon will appear, but no moonrise was there. So it was totally dark and for the sailors it was really difficult. So he was waiting कि some atmosphere will be okay, then I will move ahead. No land was there. उसको दूर से भी land नहीं दिख रहा था. He thought that I will take rest over here, but no land is been found. Quoth Sir Ralph, it will be quoth. What the quoth means said. What the Ralph the rower said, he said it will be lighter soon. वो अपने people को बोलता है don't worry, जल्दी आप लोग देखोगे कि यहाँ पे light appear होगा by seeing the moon, bright moon. For there is the dawn. Underline the word, it means the first appearance of the light, maybe the sunrise, maybe the moonlight. So the Ralph is saying कि ज़रूर फ्रॉम द स्काई we would get a good sign that we are going to see the appearance of the rising moon, and when the moon will rise we can clearly see the nearby land as the Ralph was searching the nearby land. So on the top deck, मतलब मालूम है ना आपको, the top of the floor of that ship he came. Okay, so Sir Ralph the rower stood at the deck and they could not see the land nearby. After that Sir Ralph was very optimistic. अभी यहाँ पे अपने टाइम देखो राल्फ बहुत ही पॉजिटिव थॉट में है. Sir Ralph, you can see, was seeing this gloom atmosphere, and the rower, that is the Ralph the rower, came on the deck and he told to his crew members that we are definitely going to see the land, we are going to come on the land, don't worry, and this dark atmosphere will definitely move away, जल्दी से निकल जाएगा. And Ralph was very positive, बहुत पॉजिटिव सोच रहा था कि ज़रूर मून राइज वुड बी देयर, एंड all because of the moonrise we will going to see the light and we can go to the safe place. Next quatrain number 14. Canst hear, said one, the breakers roar, for me thinks we should be near the shore. Now, where we are, I can't tell, but I wish I could hear the Inchcape bell. So you can see in the 14th stanza, Ralph crew member is coming in front of him, and what he was saying that here roaring sound of the waves breaking against something. So you can see the one sailor was there in that deck. He came and suggested to the Ralph कि इतना ज़ोर से हाई टाइड आया है in this ocean, definitely in the sea there is a roaring sound of the waves breaking something, कुछ ना कुछ टूटने की आवाज़ आ रही है. ऐसा लग रहा है कि definitely some misfortune will happen. So that man said कि I hope that the seashore would be nearby and Inchcape Bell would be there. Inchcape Bell is going to guide us. The sailor on the board expressed his opinion on the situation. वो देखता है कि even the Ralph was looking tense, तो वो आके बोलता है. He told that he might be near the shore as the roar of the waves was heard by them at that time. उनको ज़ोर से ऐसा लग रहा था, they were hearing that something is stucking and that voice is coming. तो वो sandstone है कि क्या है, what is there, that sailors were not understanding where they were at that time. One sailor told कि मुझे बहुत ज़ोर से कुछ हैवी चीज़ इज़ बिन स्टक की आवाज़ आ रही है. इट मीन्स मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि सी शोर इज़ नियरर एंड हियर इट इज़ Inchcape Rock, एंड इफ़ इट इज़ अ Inchcape Rock डेफिनेटली द Inchcape Bell इज़ देयर एंड वी आर गोइंग टू हियर. और Inchcape Bell का मालूम है कब बजता है, व्हेन देर इज़ अ हाई टाइड इन द ओशियन, व्हेन देर इज़ अ हाई टाइड इन द सी, व्हेन द Inchcape Rock is not visible, that what in that water that boy floats, and as it floats that bell also rings. तो उनको लगता है कि definitely they will get the signal कि हाँ sandstone is coming, we have to change the direction. Methinks it means it seems methinks it seems to be it's the archaic. मैंने बोला ना the poem is filled with the old words. So methinks means I think. The person, the crew member of that ship said मुझे ऐसा लगता है we should be near to the seashore. So here you can see that some crew members were knowing that the Inchcape Bell is there, somebody was not knowing, so they were hoping that if the Inchcape Bell was there they would had heard the voice, so they were regretting of their deed. जो गलती की है उसका वो लोग अभी से पछतावा उनको फील होने लगा. Okay, and they were thinking that if the Inchcape Bell is there na, it would definitely guide him in this critical situation. So now the interesting part is coming in the 15th quatrain. They hear no sound. The swell is strong, though the wind hath fallen, they drift along, till the vessel strikes with a shivering shock. O Christ, it is the Inchcape Rock. But for their shock there was no sound, because the Inchcape Bell was taken away. We know the reason. The tides were very strong. The rower, that is Ralph, the rower, and his team were drifting along with the ship. Suddenly, the vessel, that is the ship gets a jerking, एक जोर से क्रैश की आवाज आई. They all realized that the vessel was hit with the Inchcape Rock. The crew members and even the Ralph understood that our ship is been stuck with the Inchcape Rock. So they hear no sound, उनको कुछ सुनाई नहीं देता है of the bell because Ralph ने उसको कट किया है. The swell is strong. Swell, underline the word swell. Swell means gradual increase. And what is increasing? In that ocean, the water was increasing so high because it was a high tide, okay, that they hear no sound because the bell was already being cut. Though the wind hath fallen, they drift along. Drift meaning is given, move slowly. In the second line you can see, though the wind hath means have, fallen, fallen means become weaker, they drift along. Weaker means move slowly. अब क्या हुआ कि विंड भी थोड़ा वीक हो गया, वाटर भी बहुत ओवरफ्लो होने लगा, एंड बट what they heard, they continued, they heard vessel. They underline the word vessel. Vessel means a ship or a large boat. एक बड़ा सा शिप स्ट्राइक्स, बड़ा सा शिप जो है स्ट्राइक कर रहा है. यू कैन सी बिग शिप इज़ बीन स्टक विथ समथिंग, और वो क्या था, समथिंग शॉकिंग, समथिंग गोइंग टू हैपन, इज स्टकिंग अगेंस्ट समथिंग सॉलिड, एंड
It was Inchcape Rock.
it sent a shivering shock to the people in that ship. वो लोग डर गए, they started shivering with the shock that their ship, that is the vessel, is been stuck with the Inchcape Rock. Then the Ralph shouted badly, "Oh Christ!" They immediately understood that it was a great disappointment, there was a great disaster happen in their life, that their ship is been crashed with the Inchcape Rock. 16th quatrain. The Sir Ralph the rower tore his hair. He crossed himself in his despair. The waves rush in every side. The ship is sinking beneath the tide. So Sir Ralph, you can see, started tore. Tore means past tense of tear. He was pulling his hair. He was pulling with frustration his hair. He thought that what a great foolish work I had done. He thought that he felt helplessness. Second line you can see, he cursed himself in his despair. Cursed, underline the word, it means curse. खुद को उसने curse किया, खुद को उसने बुरा बोला कि this is my mistake that I had cut the bell of that Inchcape Rock. Despair, it means it complete loss of hope. He was totally in a loss of hope. He खुद को blame किया for his mistake. The waves rush in every side because of that high tide. Okay, the ship is sinking beneath the tide. It means there was a high tide in that ocean, and everyone, not only the people but also the ship, drowned or sink, डूब गया in that high tide of that sea. So here in this 16th quadrant properly given that how Sir Ralph the rower got his punishment. He pulls his hair in frustration. He curses himself for his evil deeds. Meanwhile the water fills every corner. ओके, वाटर जो था, वो पानी जो था समुद्र का, वो इतना स्ट्रांग था कि वो शिप के हर जगह में भर गया, एंड फाइनली द शिप ड्राउंड, डूब गया, सिंक हो गया. ओके, एंड it sink in the sea. Last 17th quatrain. But even in his dying fear, one dreadful sound could be roared here, a sound as if with the Inchcape bell, the devil below, the ringing his knell. So whatever it has been said in the 17th stanza describes the punishment deserved to this devilish character, that is Sir Ralph the rower. Sir Ralph the rower is dying here. Here बट वाइल ही वॉज डाइंग, जैसे वो मर रहा है उसको कुछ सुनाई भी दे रहा है. ही हियर्स द साउंड ऑफ दैट रिंगिंग बेल ऑफ इंचकेप रॉक. उसी समुद्र में जैसे उसने इंचकेप बेल काटा था, मरने के टाइम भी उसको वही आवाज़ आ रही है इंचकेप बेल की. इट वॉज एक्चुअली हिज डेथ नेल. It knell, underline the word, it means the sound of the bell rung solemnly after the death or at the funeral announcement of the death. Death के time आप देखोगे, especially when there is a bell, it was been rang to make the people understand that yes, this person had died. Okay, so सेम वे उसको डेथ बेल सुनाई देता है, और वो डेथ बेल कौन बजाता रहता है? इट इज़ नन अदर दैन डेविल who is present inside that sea. He was ringing beneath the water के नीचे से he was standing there and bell ringing that bell. So that here it has been said, as the ship was sinking down and all the people were taking the watery graves, अंदर डूबते जा रहे, as the ship was drowning inside the sea water, the rover heard, that is Ralph heard some sound, and that was the इंचकेप बेल. उसी सी में उसने इंचकेप बेल काटा था, केप फेंका था ना, सेम उसको उसी बेल का वॉइस हर्ड होता है, सुनाई देता है. इट वॉज द साउंड ऑफ द डेथ नेल. उसको सुनाई देता है, इट इज़ द डेथ बेल इज कमिंग इन हिज माइंड. एंड इट रिमाइंडेड राल्फ वॉट ही हर्ड, दैट माई डेथ इज कमिंग, माई misfortune, my misdeed which I had done, whatever the wrong things I had done, it is coming back to me. And it means beneath the water, devil is standing over there and he is there to take me to the डेथ बेड. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे नॉर्मली कोई डेविल तो आता नहीं है मरने के टाइम किसी को लेने के लिए. हियर यू कैन सी सुपर नेचुरल एलिमेंट इज़ बीन यूज्ड टू डिस्क्राइब that those who does the wrong things are going to face. Nature always takes revenge for wrongdoing. जो गलत करता है ज़रूर उसको उसका फल मिलता है. The one who digs a ditch for others, of course going to fall in that ditch someday. जो दूसरों के लिए गड्ढा खोदता है definitely is going to go in that ditch someday. So what's the conclusion? We conclude that Sir Ralph the Rover gets the punishment for his sinful works. So Robert Southey is a poet who always delivers a teaching through this poem, and this too is not an exception. So every poem of Robert Southey, if you would see, it teaches us a valuable lesson that those who digs the ditch for others going to fall in that ditch. So कभी भी कुछ गलत करने से पहले be alert. As you sow, so shall you reap. Yes, and crime if you are doing, you are going to get one day definite punishment. And what goes around comes back to you. जो तुम दूसरों के लिए गलत कर रहे हो, it is going to happen someday to you. So never digs the evil for others. Remember, you might be falling someday into that ditch. So be alert. So the theme of the poem is crime gets its own punishment. Now come to the next topic of today is, from the poem we have to take out rhyming words and rhyming scheme of the poem. So you can must remember this poem is the best known example of a ballad. It has relatively simple rhyme scheme consisting of rhyming couplets. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? दोहा जैसे आप लोग सुने होंगे हिंदी में बोलते हैं, ठीक है, तो वैसे ये couplets की तरह. The poet follows the pattern that is AABB format, and you can see this slide, the rhyming scheme. In every stanza of the poem, the first line rhymes to the second and the third line rhymes to the fourth. So here the rhyming scheme is AABB. Okay, the poem, this poem, the Inchcape Rock, is totally melodious because this type of rhyming scheme, that is AABB, adds musical quality to the poem. So I must remind you that in Inchcape Rock, first line is rhyming with the second line, the third line is rhyming with the fourth line. That's why we call it as quatrain. This poem is a ballad, and a typical ballad consists of rhyming stanzas that contain a quatrain or four पोएटिक लाइंस. अगर एक 4 लाइंस का स्टैंजा है तो उसमें अगर सारे के सारे लास्ट वर्ड राइमिंग होते हैं तो उसको कहते हैं क्वाट्रेन. और इस पोएम में 17 क्वाट्रेंस है. मीन्स फर्स्ट 2 लाइन राइम है, फिर से थर्ड फोर्थ line is rhyming, so all are rhyming with each other, so that's why it is known as quatrain. So come on, let's see in the next slide rhyming words and rhyming scheme in every quatrain. Quatrain number 1, C B. Next, motion ocean. So what is the scheme? A A B B. Is that clear? सब लोग ध्यान दो अपने टेक्स्ट बुक पे. So poem का last word it is rhyming, that you have to pay attention. Quatrain number 2, shock rock. Next, fell bell. Okay, so here quatrain number 2, what is the scheme? A A B B. Next, quatrain number 3, Abubrotak is rhyming with rock. Next, swung rung. Okay, so here you can see in quatrain 3 which rhyming scheme is there? A A B B, same. Next, same it follows. Quatrain number 4, swell bell. Next, rock Abubrotak, and the scheme is A A B B. Quatrain number 5, gay day, round sound. Scheme is A A B B. Quatrain number 6, scene green, deck speck, and the scheme is A A B B. 7th quatrain, spring ring, excess wickedness. What it is? A A B B. Next quatrain, quatrain number 8, float boat, rock Abubrotak, A A B B. Scheme 9, row go, boat float. That was quatrain number 9, and the scheme is A A B B. Quatrain number 10, sound round, rock Abubrotak. In the 10th quatrain the rhyming scheme is A A B B. Turn the page, 106. Quatrain number 11, away day. Next, store shore. Quatrain number 12, sky high, day away, and the scheme is same, A A B B. Next, quatrain number 13, stand land, soon moon. What is the scheme? A A B B. Quatrain number 14, roar shore, tell bell. What is the scheme? A A B B. Quatrain number 15, strong along, shock rock. So the scheme is A A B B. Next, so in the 16th quatrain the rhyming words are hair, despair, sight, tide, and the scheme is A A B B. Last, 17th quatrain, the rhyming words are fear, hear, and bell, knell, and the scheme is same as earlier, that is A A B B. So next topic of today you are going to see in this slide is the archaic words. What do you mean by the term archaic words? Archaic words means old term, old words. So of course while reading this poem we will understand that this poem is consist of archaic words. It makes us realize that the language, the poetic device used in the poem are archaic. जो पोएम का स्टोरी बेस है वो ओल्ड स्टोरी पे बेस्ड है, 14th सेंचुरी के स्टोरी से लिया गया है. तो इन दिस स्लाइड आई हैड गिवन यू सम archaic words which are used in this poem, the Inchcape Rock. So let's see. Float, it means apostrophe D, it means float. Next, blessed, it means blessing. Next, wield, ed, it will come. Okay, these all are the old terms. Next, walked, ed will come. Fixed, ed will come. Quath, quath we all know. Said, okay, what's the meaning of quath? It means said. Lowered, ed will come. Yes. Scored, ed will come. Plundered, ed will come. O apostrophe er, what is that? Over, overspreads. Next, methinks, it means I think. Okay, I think. Next, hath, Hat means have. 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 Canst. Canst means can. Okay, can. Next, sailed. Ed will come. So these are the archaic words which are used in this poem. So in this way we come to the end of this lecture. We completed the poem today. We had seen the rhyming words and rhyming scheme and archaic words. So what we are going to do in our next lecture, we are going to do figures of speech first of this whole poem. Next we are going to do icebreakers, brainstorming questions of this poem. So till then, read the poem very carefully, try to find out figures of speech, however I am going to do in my next lecture, and with that I am going to give you the appreciation also of this poem, and enjoy learning. This is Garima signing off. Stay home, stay safe.